But we actually will right now. Welcome back to an episode of Coffee with Riley. However, today it's Cocktails with the Kitchen.
Yeah. Woo.
So we're going to answer all the questions that you posted last week on the video.
Some of them. Not all of them.
They were great. So first of all, thank you all so much for posting.
Ask me some questions, Riley.
Mm-hmm. All right, so guys, get ready. They have not seen these questions yet. Hi, ChefSteps. Here's a question for you. Many of your recipes with meat utilize brining the meat, salmon, brisket, chicken, etc., to increase the flavor. I've seen plenty of the steak videos, including yours, and I've never seen anyone brine a steak cut before. Would brining a ribeye, tenderloin, or sirloin be a good idea, or should I just stick to salting the steaks a day in advance and leaving them in the fridge? Thanks for the help.
Wait, stick to salting a day in advance?
So, let's answer that question.
Get them, Ben!
So the question, just to restate that, is should I brine my steaks? To be more clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Short answer, I wouldn't recommend it, but if you're going to go ahead and salt them a day in advance anyways, brining is another way to achieve the same result. We typically don't pre-season our steaks at all, as it will change the texture. It tends to like firm up the meat a little bit, get sort of that like what we call a hammy texture. Some people prefer that. We do not like that in steaks. Some meats we do, chicken breast, fish, those type of things are really nice to pre-season, brine. But with steaks, we do not. If you're salting ahead of time, go ahead and brine them.
Nailed it.
So, from Cosmic Gaming, his question is, as a worker in the restaurant industry, how would you guys advise me to work my way up to where you are right now? So, how would a line cook or a beginning cook in culinary school become a development chef? A lot of people have asked this question, actually.
Mm-hmm. That's a great question. I wish I had someone to ask that to before I got here. So it's cool to see someone asking it. But for me, it's just always just really working hard. Just be the best you can in the kitchen, as corny as that sound. But treat your coworkers with respect, because connections and networking means so much. Like if you're at events, you're talking to other cooks. You know, you're talking to your line cooks next to you. Like always just represent the best person possible, because you're going to run into those people down the line, and those people are going to have their own connections, and those connections are going to have their own connections, you know. And so you eventually get to a point where you will have someone in your network that works in a development kitchen who knows someone, and so you can reach out to them, and hopefully they can put a good word in for you. That's the simplest answer I can give.
It's good. I think Nick nailed it. Next question.
Okay, here's one. We have been
question.
dwelling on this. Justin Johnson. When will Ben kill again? What do you mean? So here's actually a question that.
Wait, we're not going to answer the question.
Well, okay, Ben. When will you kill again?
I don't know.
Right now, because we're killing it.
Okay.
Dang.
Well, you know,
That's good.
actually, I'm totally serious. They're
Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower, you dude.
Here's the next question.
You have a lovely question,
You
sir.
have a lovely question. ChefSteps has come a really long way from recipes that involve centrifuges. It's gotten more accessible, but I feel I've represented an audience that was wanting to see more artistry or artisan mastery. I respect your pursuit for technical profession, and I understand there was a huge demand for people wanting more simple recipes. But do you guys miss doing those long videos with no talking that were highly technical and full of artistry and culinary wisdom? Do you miss that kind of stuff anymore? I mean, because we have gotten away from that a little bit to make it more accessible, but do you miss the old way we did things?
Short answer, no. Long answer, no.
That's good.
That's my favorite Ben joke.
But those projects are fun. I do like diving into like really highly technical problems and trying to get to the bottom of them.
He
And
loves that shit.
the more recent things that we've done are like fun, like just hanging out, cooking. Like that's what got me into cooking to begin with. You know, like that's why I enjoy making food, eating food. So centrifuges are not I mean, they're a cool thing to have, but in my dream kitchen, it's not anywhere near the top of the list of things that I need to have.
So do you miss like, again, restating the question, do you miss those older videos that we did that took a lot of...
No. Didn't miss those. Still don't. I'm really glad you guys like those videos, and there's a group of people that really cherish them. It's great. But like, we're having fun. Like Ben, Riley, myself, and Grant, like, we can be goofing off, but like, we can still cut a shallot perfect when we need to while we're doing that. So that's what's cool to me, is like to be able to show that you have passion and excitement and fun. You can still do something at such a high level of perfection, or close to it.
Question. From Ice Paper.
Ice Paper.
How do you keep fried food crispy after leaving it out at room temp for hours?
You don't.
What are you trying to do?
That's the truth. Why are you frying it and then just hanging out?
Okay.
Question.
It's a good question. It's Ice Paper.
It's no easy task. So I would say, I mean, if you have a need to keep food crispy, products like the CBAP oven, that or like, you know, any combi oven where you can control humidity to like the exact degree that you need to, those help, but the best bet is to just fry it as fresh as possible.
Refresh it in hot oil again? Refry it for a second? I mean, if need be.
You spray it with beer. Apparently.
Put it in.
There's not much you can do to solve that problem. There's some industry tips and tricks for like, corporations and stuff like that, but like if you want to check out one video that kind of helps alleviate maybe a problem you're having, is check out Ben's fish and chip recipe. He dips them in a methylcellulose batter first, and that creates a barrier between the actual meat that has the moisture and the surface that's crispy, so it's going to allow it to stay crispier longer. So
I guess best answer for you, man, you know, fry it fresh as possible. If need be, you can refry it in hot oil for a second, but fresh. Janique Lavira.
Are you sure it's not
What?
Janik?
I don't know if it's...
Janik.
Don't panic, it's not Janet.
Janik. Janik Livera.
Okay, guys, seriously, what is the best way...
Libera.
Ben, hold on. What's the best way to emulsify a salad dressing, and what is the best...
Blender.
Okay. Janique Lavera. What is the best way to emulsify a salad dressing, and what is the best emulsifier a home cook should use? Mustard, egg yolk, lecithin. Thank you.
I think he's got it.
Yes. Short answer, yes.
You listed off the 3 best home emulsifiers. Lecithin.
Egg yolk works great. Mustard works great. But if you really want to emulsify it, just use a blender, dude. That's like...
Mustard's going to get you a base emulsion, but it's not going to be a super sturdy one that can withstand heat or massive amounts of oil going into it. This has been my experience. Yolks are great because there's, correct me if I'm wrong, it's because of the protein content.
And the lecithin.
There's lecithin in there. So if you want to go straight to the point, you can just use liquid lecithin. Don't use like the de-oiled lecithin that some people use for making dry foams. It's a common mistake people make. So you're on the right track, dude. Stick to... Egg yolks are always great because they're always around. But if you're in a jam or something and you're finding that something keeps breaking, you know, get your lecithin into your oil and then get your oil emulsified into your things.
And use a blender.
Yep. Next question.
Yeah. From Kari12 Lagon.
Whoa.
What's the weirdest food you guys have ever eaten?
Good question.
What's that restaurant new we went to recently?
Yeah.
We had that duck egg thing.
Yeah, the baloo.
The baloo. That was probably the most interesting thing I've had in a long time.
I don't know. It was cool. I'm trying to think of like weird food. I'm sure.
Well, you guys did develop
some weird things like.
You developed a chicken tartare recipe, so raw chicken. That's pretty wild. I mean, that's for me. That's like probably.
But it's not
the weirdest thing I've seen here.
It's not that weird. Like
it's not weird, but come on.
Carrie, I haven't had sheep genitals or anything of that sort, so I'm not quite sure what's weird. Give me some suggestions, and I'd love to try it.
Okay, Julie Wong. Question for the chefs. If you could pick one dish for someone else to cook for you, what would it be, and who would cook it?
I would probably have a really nice burger from the website with the melty blue cheese on it, and I would love for Ben to cook it for me. That's you, buddy.
That would be my answer. Anything but anyone. Anything I don't have to cook for myself is awesome.
Okay.
I'm just like, thank you for cooking for me. That is the sweetest thing that I can ever imagine. All right, that's cool.
You know what?
I'm gonna have to do it.
You know where these guys go? We cook they'll do a 15-course meal for like 15 people, and afterwards they go to Mario's Pizza on Capitol Hill.
Mario's, yeah.
Because it's really the joy of having somebody cook for you in general is just, it's such an amazing, like, it's so nice. Anything, like, especially Mario's Pizza though, so. Thank you, Mario.
Plus we love Kelly there. She's always so sweet to us.
Kelly. Nick and Ben! In all caps. What's your favorite or hardest cocktail to make?
I don't
Rubik's
like
Cube?
doing things that are hard to make.
Just lemonade.
Any like basic version of like, what do you call that one? The old fashioned where it's like spirit bitters and something, you know, like just.
You like really bitter cocktails.
Yeah.
My favorite cocktail I had was, what's it called? Old Sage, Capitol Hill. It was called, I don't want to butcher her name, Frida Kahlo.
Yeah, Frida Kahlo.
But they had a cocktail named after her, and it was like lime juice, mezcal, a little simple syrup, and something else in there. It was so good. I love the smokiness with the acid because I love acid.
This guy loves acid.
I used to eat lemons as a kid.
You know that whole carrot cake video was actually developed while he was on acid.
No.
Okay? William Wakefield. Question. What is your favorite restaurant story from your time in restaurants?
I don't even know where to begin.
I've really kind of like buried those things deep down.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Way
like,
deep down.
those memories.
That's what the cocktails are for.
I use them as life lessons for my future kids. Oh, there was one time. Okay, so we were set up for service, and we had like 5 minutes to just dick around for whatever reason. You never have that. Usually you're scrambling till the first plate goes out sometimes. So I don't know why, but I took my apron off. No, I didn't take it off. I had it tied on. I put it like through my crotch, like back up to the back side, and I tucked it in. And then I don't know why, but I felt like at that moment in time I had to do like a power squat. So I did a power squat, and then my pants just like they blow out all the way, like from right here to the back. It's just straight up. And so I had to. I think what did I do? I ended up wearing an apron on the front and the back for service.
Hi, Nick Gavin. Can you tell us how old Riley is?
Nick/Gavin.
Nick and or Gavin.
Do they think you're Gavin?
I don't know, Nick.
Nick and Gavin. Can you tell us how old Riley is? Thanks in advance.
I'm gonna let
Undisclosed.
Nick,
Don't tell.
Nick
Don't tell.
Or,
Don't tell.
Gavin, take that one.
Nick, you know, thanks in advance for not telling them. Question for the chefs by Kenzie Paramo. If you could only listen to one song or album for the rest of time, what would it be?
That's not even a real question.
Ben Johnson,
It's
answer.
Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball. Everyone knows that is the song. I don't think Nick would even disagree with that.
I'm just a little confused, Kenzie, why you'd waste your one question on something so straightforward.
She's
Next
great.
question.
She's commented on a lot of stuff and asked a lot of questions.
Kenzie,
so.
we love you.
Kenzie, we love you.
We love you.
Questions for chefs. What is your favorite type of salt for seasoning, garnishes, etc., and why? Here in the UK, we pretty much only have table salt, which is bland and has a lot of sodium. Weird. Sorry, don't laugh at that. I'd like to expand my horizons. Cheers. Good question. People ask us all the time, why do you use black lava salt opposed to Himalayan pink salt, opposed to iodized table salt or kosher salt? Why do you guys choose a certain one and why?
I've noticed with a lot of pink salts, you get Himalayan salts, you get more of a sulfury note to it, which is great when you want to make like a QP style mayonnaise.
Why is the sulfur good in the mayonnaise?
It makes it. It's good because it makes it taste like QP.
Okay.
it's like this. It's this unique flavor they have in it. So
like
yeah.
like hard like boiled eggs.
Sulfury
Yeah.
like eggs.
Sulfury like eggs, which QP really has a prominent flavor of that in MSG. But like we use Maldon salt when we do it garnishing. A little bit of salt at the end, has a nice texture. Kind of like gets salt in the palate right away. We use black salt when Maldon salt just doesn't show up on appearance-wise on something. Black salt's pretty on some things. We typically just season with kosher salt. That's what we use here. In my restaurant days, like we use sea salt a lot. Like we're not crazy picky. I kind of separate into two categories. You have like the flaky salt, the finishing salt, how we usually communicate it to each other, and then you have the other salts, which is like the sea salt, kosher salt. We don't use table salt. I don't really know exactly.
Yes,
It's
we
like
do.
super like granular, iodized.
Yeah.
Sort of that.
I don't like it so much because as trained in restaurants, like how to handle salt, because the table salt is such fine granules that you can't control it. Like when you have a pinch of it, with kosher salt it has a little more grip, so I can season a little bit more evenly. It's like if I make a mistake with table salt, like a bunch is gonna go.
Yeah, it's like muscle memory when you season something,
muscle memory.
and it's.
Yeah.
Hi, ChefSteps. Question from Nick. Hi, ChefSteps. Here's a question for you. Many of your
Go on.
recipes with meats utilize brining the meat.
We already did this
We
one.
did this one. We got through all the questions.
Yes, I'm going home.
Woo! All right, you two. That's it for tonight. We love doing this because we get to hang out with you for a little while. However,
Please let us know what you love about these videos so that we can do more of them.
cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Come here.
Oh, it's too late. It's too late.
Reva
So,
Keller.
I just set up the camera.
It's all for you guys. Cheers.
Cheers.